Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today we've got something new from Sephora, and it's one of the very few things that I can highly recommend you go to Sephora for. As you know, they have pretty much been on my shit list for coming up on 2 years now, but their Sephora favorites, the Lash Stash to Go, is hands down the best beauty buy out there. I don't care what retailer, I don't care drugstore, high-end, whatever. Let me give you the 411 on this if you're not familiar. They usually come out with this once a year, and you get 5 deluxe size mascaras. And personally, I don't know what it is about deluxe size, but I've had so many mascaras where I love the deluxe size and then I go buy the full size and I feel like I don't get the same performance out of the full size. What's up with that? Does that ever happen to you? If you've experienced that, will you comment down below or clue me in? Because anyway, I digress. This year, the mascaras that are included are the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Lash Brag, which normally retails full size for $25. And in just a moment here, I'll tell you why all these price points are important. The Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, and that one normally retails a full size for $28. Lancome's Monsieur Big, right? Cult classic, favorite, ride or die. That's normally $25. Marc Jacobs Beauty Velvet Noir. That is normally $25. And Milk Makeup's Kush mascara, normally $27. So you get all 5 of those. And I know that they have done the Milk Kush before. That was in last year's because that was the one I ended up getting the full size of, and clearly loved it in the small, don't love it in the big. But here's the deal. Not only do you get the 5 mascaras, this whole thing is $28, but there is a card in here that you take back to Sephora and you get to pick one of these 5 full size and they give it to you for free. So best case, this doesn't cost you anything, right? You get these 5 and you get the $28 Ilia mascara for free, pays for it. Oops. Or you've paid $3 for one of these great mascaras. So I am going to be trying each one for you, letting you know my thoughts. Like I said, that Kush mascara, I'm curious to try it in the small one again, but this to me is an absolute no-brainer. Here is the cute tin that it comes in. And here is the card. Don't get rid of this card because, as you can see, it is the mascara voucher. This is what lets you take it back to Sephora and get your free full-size mascara. And here they are. Oh my gosh, that Anastasia one is so teeny tiny. Well, they say good things come in small packages. Let's start with that one. I have my Surratt eyelash curler. For me and the shape of my eye, meaning the curvature this way, this is my ride or die. I love this eyelash curler. So let's just get those done and see how this mascara performs. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay, very, very short stick, super long wand, and that kind of hourglass shape. I do tend to like that shape, so let's see how this goes. I will say I am not loving how short this wand is. I do generally like the shorter wands in like the deluxe trial size, but this, I feel like I'm just jamming my fingers into my lashes. Let me, there we go. I got all right, I think I'm still on camera. I have a magnifying mirror on the side. Okay, I am liking the length. Oh my gosh, I feel like my lashes look a mile long. And it didn't clump there on that first coat. Let's get a second coat on. All right, I really like the shape of the brush. Not only the hourglass, but how long it is. Again, that is working really well with the shape of my eyes. And wow, this, I will say, rivals, good grief, rivals the Pat McGrath Sublime mascara. Oh my gosh, I use that when I want my lashes to look a mile long, but without looking really full. And this is a lot like that mascara. Wow. Clearly, I'm pretty impressed. Let me do the other side. Okay, and there's the other side, and let me bring you in for a close-up. So I don't do a lot of mascara reviews on my channel. I guess I'll check back in with you tonight to see how it wears, or maybe I'll only check in if there's a problem. We'll see. Before I get to today's mascara, let me do a little recap of what happened yesterday with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I can't say for certain that it was the mascara, but a couple hours after I put it on, I got something in my right eye. And I ended up taking my contact out, and oh my gosh, I had to rub my eye, pretty much rub off all the mascara and eyeshadow and everything. And whatever it was cleared, and then I put everything back on. And like I said, I wasn't sure what it was. I can't say 100% that it was the mascara. I will say that the eyeshadow I was wearing yesterday, it was the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I've had no fallout problem with that palette. And then last night, I felt like something got in my eye, on my left eye. So I'm suspicious that it's the ABH, but I want to wear it again to find out. But today I have a 6-hour drive ahead of me, and I am not willing to try ABH today. So I will try it again and I'll report back. Today, let's try the Ilia. There we go. And this is the Limitless Lash Mascara. Okay, this wand, also somewhat hourglass shaped, really long, and it feels like the kind where the bristles are kind of a stiffer plastic. So let's see how it goes on. I will say that it feels really different. It actually feels like a little comb that I'm combing the mascara on with, which is, I don't think I've had a mascara like that before. Let me see how it feels on the bottom lashes. Well, that feels really stiff. And I can't tell if I'm just not used to a really stiff brush or if I really don't like it. So try the other side. Okay, I gotta say, I really don't like the wand on this. It is very stiff. It does not feel comfortable at all. But I will also say that, dang, I think this mascara looks really nice. Again, I feel like my lashes look really long. They're a little more spiky, not quite clumpy, but definitely spiky. Or spikier than what the ABH was. So, like I said, I'll wear it, I'll see how it goes today, and I'll check back. Yesterday, the Ilia wore really well, but like I said, I just could not get over the feeling of that wand. Like even today, if I had to put that mascara on, I don't think I could do it because that wand was so stiff and awful. Today we are doing for what for me is a known quantity, the Lancome Monsieur Big. That's one of my holy grails. I mean, it's a mascara that I have purchased for years now, and I know I like it. So I'll be curious, like the mini size, since I'm so used to the full size, how does the mini size compare? So here we go again. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to using this in the full size, but it feels really weird to do it in the mini size. I'm completely confused. All right, so there is Monsieur Big, and it's what I'm used to out of this mascara. It's a nice combination of length and volume, and I feel like my lashes look really lush and long. And hey, I am realizing that it has been a long time since I paid a lot of attention to my lashes, and they are really hella long. And so I need to do a video telling you what product I am using now that has made my lashes so ridiculously long. But for now, Monsieur Big. The report on Lancome's Monsieur Big. Told you, it's been a long time favorite of mine. The thing that really interested me, or I found curious, last night I was doing my first cleanse, which is a cleansing oil, the one from DHC, and this was actually really hard to get off. The other mascaras came off no problem with that oil. The Monsieur Big, I had to give it a little extra rubbing and then had to use my Wonder Cloth to get the rest of it off. So that was new and interesting. Today, Milk Kush mascara. This is the one I told you. It was in last year's. I really liked it. For me personally, it was a toss-up between this and the Hourglass Extreme mascara, and I ended up clearly picking the Kush Milk mascara, or Milk Kush mascara. Today I'm going to do one eye with the full size and one eye with the mini to see why the heck I don't like the big one. Because it's true. I don't like the big one. I don't know why. So let's start with the first eye, and I'll do the mini on the first one. All right, that was easy, no problems. Looks great. I like the length and the separation, not as thick as the Monsieur Big. Let's try this side. And now the full size. So it's that same, as you would expect, the same wand shape. One of the things I know that I don't like, when you pull it out and see all that mascara that's kind of clumped in there, and then I find that all that wants to do is clump on my eyelids. It didn't happen with the small one. You know, maybe that has to do with the size of the container. So, all right, and here goes on this side. Yeah, and you know, it goes to what I just said. So much more mascara comes out on this container than this container. And maybe it's the size, I bet it's the size of the hole at the top. Let's see if I can just compare them. Oh yeah, can you see? There you go. That's a pretty good angle right there. you can see that on the mini, the hole is much smaller. It's scraping off more of that mascara versus the large one. It is not scraping off as much mascara. And if you look right down here, I've got a big blob of it. I will say, other than that, it really looks like they both applied the same amount of mascara. I just have the blob down here. Okay, let's see how it wears. All right, we are on to the last mascara of the bunch. Today it is the Marc Jacobs. It is the Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara in 10 Noir. So, same drill. I should let you know that yes, it was the Kush wore really nicely. No flakes, no problems. It wore really well. I like it. I was so happy to figure out that it was that orifice size that was making all the difference. Don't know what, if anything, I'm going to do about that, can do about that. All right, so the Marc Jacobs has that kind of hourglass brush. I do find I really like these brushes. Let me just adjust my mirror down here. All right, I did notice when I was trying to get the inner upper lashes that I got myself a little bit. So I will wait for that to dry and then just wipe it off with a Q-tip, but that's a little on the annoying side. All right, and let's do the other side now. Oh my goodness, did you see that? That I've got mascara here and here because it just flicked out of this? Okay. I gotta take off some points for that. I don't think I've ever had that happen. What I'm discovering, what it feels like, is that the end is wider than the base, that hourglass shape, and I am having a hard time with it because it feels like it's too big when I'm working on the inner corner of my eye. So that's good to note. This is quite thickening mascara. It does, in that respect, it reminds me of the Monsieur Big, that it is certainly thickening my lashes almost to the point of clumping a little bit on this side. All right, well, I'm gonna wait for that most of the mascara flecks to dry so I can get them off, and I will try to remember to check back in with you later. Well, I know I look a hot mess, but I have to tell you what happened with this mascara. I went for a walk this afternoon with a friend, and it was a little cold out, and I had a little bit of tearing in my eyes. Not a lot, just a little, but I'm gonna zoom in. You can see the mascara up here, and when I got in from my walk, I had two huge clumps of mascara down here that I tried to wipe away, and you can see that there is mascara smeared underneath. Needless to say, that is not a feature I look for in mascara, and I am just going to pitch this Marc Jacobs. It's awful. And that means I don't know which one of these I'm going to use to go get my full size one of. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try the Anastasia again, maybe with a primer, a lash primer, see if that helps, or if that was just a fluky day I had. And if not, I think I'll just go with my longtime favorite, Lancome's Monsieur Big. It's a bummer not to get a new mascara, but honestly the other ones were just so disappointing. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Do the YouTubey things and have a great day. Well, hello. I needed to come back and record one last little bit to share a little bit more information with you. So yesterday I wore the Anastasia Beverly Hills with primer. the Maybelline, no, the CoverGirl primer. No problem, worked great, no flaking. Today, on this eye, I have the ABH No Primer, just how I did it on the first day. And I pulled a little hack. Since I really hated the wand that came with the Ilia mascara, I took that wand out. And since I really hated the Marc Jacobs mascara, I took that wand out, cleaned it off completely. And the good news is it fits in here. It doesn't screw on. I mean, they're totally different sizes, right? But I used the Ilia mascara with the Marc Jacobs wand on this side today. What I can say after doing all of these shenanigans, one, you probably got this impression before, this has been the most disappointing lash stash that I've gotten. This is my third one. And if you don't own any of these mascaras, clearly I really liked the Kush mascara by Milk and Monsieur Big by Lancome. The one I will be getting, I did decide, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. So there you have it. Thanks so much for watching the end. Have a great day.